up, everybody? Bike Builder Bear in the house, just saying what's up. Gonna do a walkthrough video on everything that I've changed on my Vader 125 since I stripped it down pretty much almost all the way and retrofitted the frame, and also did my buddy's 212 Vader with the 212. We did a couple of spot welds on the inside of his box frame and put the third motor mount. I've been selling lots of third motor mounts, but yeah, gonna mostly walk through the goodies that I've done to this bike. This thing is really coming along, you know, but it's a work in progress. Also, I just wanted to say that, you know, me as a unprofessional motorcycle mechanic that has only been doing this since I was a kid, being my own mechanic because I grew up poor, I'm sorry if I stutter and I say things like 775 or 7075 aluminum. You know, sometimes I'm talking about cheaper grades like 70 86 and so on, and non-AA, you know, grade aluminums, and I just roll with it because I don't write anything, none of this poor ass shit is scripted, and I'm doing a lot of this stuff off my cuff, you know, right as it's just all natural. So I'm sorry, I'll skip and fumble on stuff here and there, but pretty much if I'm unclear, I'm happy to answer questions on what I wasn't clear about, and just about everything that I've discussed. Generally, I'd say 75 to 80% of people get what I'm saying, and I'm not trying to be, you know, Stephen Hawking or whatever his name, you know, and I'm not Neil deGrasse Tyson, you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna sit here and browbeat you and try to make you think that I'm intellectual superior to anybody. No, I just know what I know. I do what I do. I hold myself to a standard that I wish that more people would hold themselves to. There's people that hold themselves to way better standards. There's people that know a lot more, that know all the numbers of everything. More power to you. Good for you. But the truth is, I'm reaching people in the clone community every day. My parts are on bikes, riding on the street, and my shit is 100% safe. I don't sell no junk. I don't misrepresent. And I'm glad to help anybody out there that is just willing to conversate and be a human being and have respect. You know, I'm better than nobody. So anyways, I've done a lot of cool things to this bike. There's still other things coming. But let's go ahead and walk around. It's a little dirty, excuse me. I haven't had a chance to detail it, and I still need to do a little more tuning on the new carburetor. So let's check it out. Okay, I'll try not to be going back and forth like a goofball. We'll start off by I pulled the motor out and wanted to get in and see the condition of the frame, which I had never seen. This motor had never been out. Even when I drilled to put better hardware in these regular, you know, the regular mounting holes, I never took the motor out. I just took all the hardware and everything out, and I took a huge, long, you know, long ass drill bit and drilled it out, and then drilled the other one out and just put the hardware in and put it in just like that. I never pulled the motor out to do that task. And then even when I did the gusset plate, the overplate on the frame here, I never had to pull out the motor. I just moved everything out of the way, made sure there was nothing that would catch on fire when I welded, and just covered everything with masking tape that I didn't want to get flashed and stuff. But anyways, all inside there, all the open angles that if you ever pull this motor out, where the plates meet together and all the corners inside the box of the frame right here, right in there, all that now is welded. And I did it inch at a time, going back and forth and up here to the mount up here, and did a little up here, then I'd go back down there. Anyways, the whole frame inside got retrofitted. I didn't heat the frame up enough to warp it. Even when I checked it with a plumb bob, which is a hanging line, it's all centered and it's all straight. So I did that, and then I went down and I've got a specifically when I went down to the industrial bolt supply, I bought these grade 8 bolts, and I told the gentleman specifically, I want something that I can torque down to in excess of 60 to 80 psi. I mean, foot-pounds, you know, FTPS, you know, foot-pounds. And he looked at me, man, you need something strong. I said, yes, I want something that can go strong. Now, that being said, I only torqued these down to, I think, 40 or 45 foot-pounds. And trust me, doing that is a huge improvement. Just doing that alone. Torquing them down with an actual torque wrench. You know, and a good one. Don't get a Harbor Freight junky piece of shit. I've got a $450 badass OCT Ameritrade, you know what I mean, badass torque wrench. So, you know, and get something that's at least halfway decent, at least a Craftsman or a Husky, you know what I mean, torque wrench. Same thing with doing the axle bolts. You should be torquing stuff down. But anyways, so I did those. I did Nibby clutch cable. And actually I didn't do it. My buddy gave me that, so I was able to do it because my buddy bought me a cable for all the work that I've been doing on his bike. Thank you to my best buddy Joseph Moraga. He's a pal, and I love this. This thing actually bolts on here and clamps onto my cable relocation. Had a nice sleeve, and then it adjusts up there. And whew, I'll tell you what, you have this routed right and everything. This thing is smooth as butter. It takes one finger easy to pull the clutch in and out, and it's, man, that's the ticket right there. And always when you redo your cables and stuff like that, while you got them off, oil them. Run some, you know, thick viscosity oil. If you got that Lucas engine oil additive, do that. If you've got spray lithium, do that. But yeah, also besides that, I rerouted all my wiring and everything. I got I got high performance fuel line. It's actually the same color. I replaced this was just a black hose on my brake fluid reservoir. I changed that out to a nice jazzy piece of the fuel hose that I got now. And recommendation for people, I see a lot of people that are running their fuel line, and the fuel line comes down and then they go up and then to your carburetor. I'm going to tell you right now, if your fuel doesn't go in a waterfall system straight down, like if you don't have a nice angle and a petcock is advisable, then you're gonna get what they call fuel line burps, and it's gonna affect your performance. And some bikes it'll affect more, some bikes it'll affect less, but a bike that has a fuel line that comes and dips down and goes up and all of this and that will never run as good as a bike that the fuel just goes down and then comes down and then goes to the carburetor. Let me see if I can get in there to where we can see a little better. Okay, you see that? It all goes downhill. There's no area here in my fuel line, even from where the tank is. There's no uphill battle for there's no, you know, snaking like that, where you could, where if the fuel line goes from the petcock and then up and then down to the carburetor, up at the top of that arc, you'll get a fuel bubble and it'll stay there, and the fuel will only trickle over the bottom of the hose. You won't get you won't get full fuel. But anyways, I'm rambling on that. Not only that, I redid my header tape again to my exhaust, and then everything got remounted, and I was able to get everything away from my license plate a little more. It was making a nasty little sound at high RPMs. Third motor mounts on. This thing is solid as hell. Now that I've gusseted the frame and everything, it's solid. And then I went ahead and made rubber backing and carbon fiber, these circle plates right here for these mounting points, and up here, I'll explain that one in a second. Just it pushes in that whole panel. I shaved the nub on the back of here and backed it with rubber matting. I had rubber mat that I cut out with the hole saw that matches this exactly. Nice looking piece of carbon fiber. Thinking about trimming it flat like that, but it really makes a difference. Now the body is pushed in a little more, and it even this, like, if you listen, and it doesn't vibrate as much, and now it's actually pushing up against the bar that comes off the frame up here, the little bar that comes down and holds these out. And I'm actually thinking of drilling a hole here and putting another one with a 10 millimeter nut, because that's where that extra little bar that comes out that's not connected to anything underneath these. And I think that would be another little connection point that would be good. I think it would just really give you the bike that more solid feel, to where things aren't just vibrating around. Sorry, let me pull that out. Get up. All right. Again, you can see the little tabs I did. And inside here, these tabs broke. And I know the trick of baking soda and super glue, and I had done that, and I had done that, and I had done that. So what I ended up doing is I ended up on the back side of this is a metal L bracket with the stock clips. And then I also went to Ace Hardware and I got stainless steel, nice stainless steel screws, thick, you know, much thicker threads, bite on the threads, you know. They're like a wood style screw, but upgraded all of the hardware to a much better screw. And all of that together, it even kind of slimmed the bike down between the little carbon fiber things and getting everything to really suck up and be nice and tight. And as you can see, you know, the nibby cable, it was a little long, but I like it. I was able to route it up and over here. I found a nice one finger lever, and both together, I swear to God, it just takes one finger for actuating the clutch. So this thing is running solid. I would say that it's probably close to, or probably even better than, a Honda at this point, because like I can't even explain it. I just I can't wait to roll with someone that's got a stock and then say ride mine for a second, because they're gonna trip. Also replace your dot your dot 3 and get dot 5 fluid in both your brake reservoirs. Flush the dot 3 out and get dot 5. Makes a huge difference. A huge difference. Check this out. Boop. 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 And I mean, it's butter. Butter. And my next plan for this is I'm gonna be making my own side plates, stunt side plates. I'm gonna be using this steel. I've got the tubing right here, which I could put a Delray end, a locking Delray end, a slider end. And I'm going to basically make it look similar to this and come out a little bit to hold the what's it called, the brake, the rear master cylinder. And then I'm gonna stick these kind of almost in that position right there and eliminate these, because this will be welded on, and then have a Delray slider on the end right here. And that's the way I'm gonna go, all steel with a peg, style peg instead of these, which is gonna eliminate these. These are pretty, but they've got to go. And that's the way I'm gonna go on those. You'll see those soon in the future. There's a company, I think, S&S Stunts, and then there's also another company, MK Stunts, that makes them similar to that. And don't think it's just making a flat plate and welding these on and being able to stick the brake on. You also need chromoly tubing for the back, because there's spacing right here and there's spacing back here that you got to account for on the back side of the plate. So you'll see that in the future. And then also from there, my next upgrades is going to be a rear shock and getting some real tires. I'm going to get a set of Shinkos, and I'm hoping to get Shinkos with white walls. And then I want to powder coat my rims that ceramic gold, that deeper metallic gold color. And I think after that, just the 212 motor, and won't be too much to do to this thing after that. So thank you. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like the stuff that I'm putting out, don't leave sour comments. Just unsubscribe and go do your own thing. I don't come to your house and knock on your door and shit in your front lawn. I don't go to your YouTube channel. I don't go to other people's YouTube channels if I don't like what I'm seeing, and talk a bunch of shit with nothing to say. Just talk a bunch of fucking crap. You know, if you had something to say it. If you have a point and you actually have, some knowledge contradictory to the knowledge that I'm putting out there, and you want me to put stuff straight, I am all about it. I'm all about the truth, and I can respect that all day long. But if you just don't like, if you just don't like the way I'm saying it, if you don't like my reach, okay, just turn the channel. That's why we live in a free society for now. You have the choice to change the channel. You don't have to cancel or tell someone to shut up to feel good. And if you need to cancel someone or tell them to shut up to feel good, you need to go get mental help. You need to go get a damn doctor. You need to get a girlfriend or a boyfriend or something that makes you happy and figure it out. But anyways, God bless. Please like, please subscribe. Peace.